when the Civil War started, the communists, they will come down and get whatever you had, animals, whatever you had. It was a terrible thing then. So we have to migrate from our little village to go to another bigger town to get away from the guerrillas, let's put it that way. And then after, when that finished, people go back to their own little villages, they have to start all over again. I was 16, actually, when I heard about Australia. And people are migrating to Australia. People getting for better life. That was the word. Come out to say that it's better life to go there. My parents approached me to say that, would you like to go to Australia to marry someone else's? And I was terribly upset about that. And I said to them, no, I'm not going anywhere and I'm not married. I'm too young. They thought Australia was a beautiful country, and probably they thought money was coming, growing on the trees, I should say now. And they said, if you do take your sisters after when you leave, so you can give relief to your father, you know. Those days, the parents have to sort of really give money to someone to marry their daughters. She really emotionally blackmailed me, my mom, and I said yes. We were actually 500 girls coming on that boat to marry the fiancés. 500 girls. When you agree to come, you have to go through the doctors. Completely check up, nude. You have to stand in front of them nude. It was an embarrassing thing, you know. I couldn't believe that. You just start hiding. I said, no, put your hand. We didn't know the language. They only just talk to us, you know, I was talking to us in English, no language at all. And then waving your hands, go straight like that and pause yourself there. And it was embarrassing. But yeah, you have to go through it. When we left Athens, we came to Portside. And my experience was there, the people with the boats, the little boats that came and sell you whatever you wanted, shoes, everything. And we used to put the string with the money down there. They put the shoes tied up and then bring them up. So it was really exciting. Yeah, it was rather, I forgot I was coming to get married, but I was quite happy. 35 days, I think it took. 3 times they put the siren on, so we're drowning. I can't even swim. We have to put all this jacket on in case anything happens. We have to be prepared. So that was terrifying. When I arrived in Melbourne, a lot of things happening. Too many people, you know, a lot of migration there, and people are busy. He was waiting here for me, my future husband. I was busy myself, you know, busy thinking actually, to be honest, thinking what to do, what to say, how do I behave? Shall I be straight, honest and say, I don't want to stay here, I want to go and send me back and all these things? I accept everything, but I can't say that I will move over the moon, but I'm a very happy person naturally. I'm a happy person. As we were walking, I saw 2 couples sitting in this particular chair, kissing each other. And I thought, oh, that's a little bit free, isn't it? You know, that was the impression that I got. Oh, I said, they shouldn't be doing that, you know, in the open, kissing each other. That's the first impression that I had. We arrived to Adelaide. We went straight to our home. There was a house that we were renting. He did, not me, my future husband. And we lived with another family there. And we got married on that particular house. The Greek community was getting together because we all lived in a suburb sort of close to each other because of the language and the customs and all that. We used to have barbecues down to the park. Lots of people there. You get mixed with other people too easily. Actually, I was pretty interested in English language, so always listening, looking at people like I do to you now, in the face, in the eyes. And I picked up the language pretty fast. And also, I went and worked for a Hungarian lady, and she used to put the radio on to say to me, you listen. Some series was on the radio, like a theater. And I was listening and sewing. And that's how I became me learning the language. And then when I had my children, I had to read the books they were reading to see if they're doing well. That's how I picked it up. When I came out here, the only thing I wanted to bring was my tape measure. I thought that was the most important thing for me, to measure things. I thought it would be different here and I wouldn't know the numbers. I thought it would be different numbers here. And then I realized the numbers are the same. But I did kept my tape measure for a souvenir. Well, I wanted to have big business. I wanted to have lots of girls working for me and making things for people. I worked hard with my work. I had a wonderful clients, and I was very, very busy. But unfortunately, my husband never supported me for that. That was the disappointing part of it. My biggest challenge was my marriage. You might get sick of listening to that. That was my biggest challenge and my biggest problem. How to cope with this person. How I behave, how I express myself. I wasn't allowed to talk to a man. You have to put up with everything and hope for the best. Then he lost his job in the meantime. He used to work for Holden, and that's when the trouble started. He was really, really depressed himself, and most probably what I think, he didn't like that to provide. He couldn't provide for us, and I was the one who... And he started to drink, gambling. He was getting violent. I was like a prisoner, a live prisoner, sort of in that marriage. So I had to cut off. That's it. That was the biggest decision that I made. And I was one of the first Greek women, I would say, got divorced. And I found a little bit against that as a Greek woman, a young age. But I didn't really care. I need to take care of myself, my 2 children. I decided to go and see my parents in Greece. That was in 1973. The first thing that I did, I must admit, getting off the plane, I kissed the ground. And I said, Patrida mo, my country. That's what I said. It was so sad. You're really attached to your own country. You cannot forget it no matter what, And my children said, Mom, what are you doing? I said, what am I doing? This is my country, I said to them. They thought, oh, okay. So my brother was waiting there for me. As we're going through the passage, the people have to test the passport and all that. And he said, oh, Australia. He said, why did you leave your country and go to Australia? I said to him, do you think I wanted to go? When I arrived, I said, my mom, my father, everything was different, so different, terribly different. And it wasn't very easy, My mom was old, my dad. And then the people start coming. Sofia is coming home. That was pretty exciting, Crying, everybody crying. laughing, doing this. It's not easy, it's just sad. But then again, tears of happiness too. Paradise doesn't just come, you have to make it. For me, I would say Australia it is a wonderful country, but sometimes the people are the ones that ruin it. This is my today's opinion. All right, at the time, you came here to work, you can make it a paradise or hell. Depends how you stand psychologically. Like I said, my life has been wonderful because I see things wonderful. Doesn't matter what I've been through, don't interfere what I want to do. I have no regrets. Only when I get angry sometimes. Oh dear. Sorry.